fois pour faire un enchant. Bien longtemps n'a bousqué en loi. Loi mentale qui pour dire fierté nous. Dignité pour tout frère nous yo. Dignité pour toute une nation. Une nation, même aspiration, même devise, même croyance. Nèg sa yo le paysan, nèg sa yo le prolétaire, nèg sa li même li c'est grand nèg. Nous tous ces mêmes enfants yo, petit messieurs vêtiers yo. Nèg yo ka avancer là, nèg yo ka avancer là. Si oublier hypocrisie, si on voulait détruire jalousie.
The Jews. A Study of Race and Environment. By Maurice Fishberg. Originally published in 1911. Page 64. These fair-haired Jews created a problem for anthropologists. It is a question whence these Indo-Germanic Jews, as Virchow called them, have found their way into the midst of a dark-complexioned race like the Jews, and whether they are signs of racial intermixture between Jews and Northern Europeans. A treatise on physical geography, comprising hydrology, geognosy, geology, meteorology, botany, zoology, and anthropology. By A. Barrington. Originally published in 1851. Page 297. Where change of complexion is produced, as it often is, by intermixture, there is only an approximation to either of the colors. Thus, the mulatto is never as black as the Negro. Now in the cases we have mentioned, there is a complete similarity of hue. The arguments from intermixture is further rebutted by historic knowledge. Thus, the Jews are a people who have ever, according to the prophecy, dwelt alone, without intermixing with the nations to this day. Now this separate race, all descended from brown ancestors, for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob must have been as dark as Mar Yohanan, if not darker, exhibit every shade of color, from the black Jews of Malabar, of whom we have such an interesting account by Dr. Claudius Buchanan, to the rose and lily complexion of the Jewesses on the banks of the Elbe. We need go no further than the Jews of southern Spain, and compare them with those of Holland and northern Germany, to perceive a very striking difference. The Spanish Jew is always dark-complexioned, and his hair is uniformly black, whilst the German Jew is often as fair as any German, and has light or red hair, with blue eyes. The Jews and Moors in Spain. By Joseph Krauskopf. Originally published in 1887. Page 79. The chief topic of the conversation is concerning the Jewish kingdom of the Kosars, from whom Jacob ben Eliezer had brought the anxiously awaited news that morning. What we gather from this conversation is this. West of the Caspian Sea is a powerful kingdom, named Kosar, before the strength of which the Persian monarchy trembles, and whose favor and alliance is courted by the Greek Empire. Its original inhabitants were a Turkoman tribe, who had gradually abandoned their nomadic habits and maintained considerable commerce. Their capital, Balanjar, is situated at the mouth of the Volga, and a line of cities stretches across from thence to the Don. Merchants of all religions, Christians, Mohammedans and Jews, were freely admitted, and their superior intelligence over his more barbarous subjects had induced one of their kings, Bulan, 740 AC, to embrace the religion of the Jews. His choice between the conflicting claims of Christianity, Mohammedanism and Judaism was decided in this manner. He examined the different teachers apart. He asked the Christians if Judaism was not better than Mohammedanism, to which the Christians replied affirmatively. He asked the Mohammedan teachers if Judaism was not better than Christianity, to which they, too, replied in the affirmative. Both deciding in favor of Judaism, the king embraced the faith of Moses, and induced learned Jewish teachers to settle in his domains. A belief in Judaism is the necessary condition on the accession to the throne. The most liberal toleration of all other forms of faith prevails. But of this Jewish kingdom nothing was known in Spain till Chasday learned of its existence through the ambassadors of the Byzantine emperor. Quarterly Statement, Palestine Exploration Fund. Published in 1886. Page 148. Carmoli, in his valuable notes on the Kosars, shows us how the Karets came to be so numerous in this region. The Kosars, or Khazars, were a Turkish people who lived west of the Caspian, which was at one time called the Sea of the Kosars. They occupied the Crimea and the region of Dagestan, near Derbend. It is related by Moses of Corinne that they invaded Armenia about 178 to 198 AD. In 449 they were under the power of the Huns. In the 6th century they were sufficiently powerful to attack Persia, but Khosrow Anushirwan is said to have shut them in by building the Caucasian Wall, of which the ruins are said to exist in the passes of Dagestan, near Derbend. In 625 Heraclius made peace with the Khosar king near Tiflis. In 661 Rabiat el-Bali was sent by the Caliph to attack the Kosars, but they allied themselves with the Greeks and repulsed him. In the 10th century their power appears to have extended from the Sea of Asaf to the Crimea. The Mongols subdued them in 1221, and found many Christians among them. To this pagan kingdom the Jews fled from Christian persecution in the time of the Byzantine emperors Basil I and Leon VI, and later on the Christians fled to the same region from the Muslims. It is related by Moses bar Nachman, and by others, that in 740 AD a certain Ishaq Sinjari converted the king of the Kosars to Judaism, and many of his subjects became Jews.
Bâti en nation sous chemin développement. Yon pays cap lité, yon pays cap chanté, yon pays cap marché, chercher vérité.